Welcome to SVG-TV News for Wednesday, July 17, 2019. I am Rochelle Baptiste with the details. A cocktail reception was held last evening at the Prime Minister's residence to officially conclude the state visit of Taiwan's president to SVG. At the reception, gifts were exchanged with a special cultural package. This was followed by a day of activities which included the symbolic handing over of police vehicles to the SVG police force, an exhibition at the National Library, and a tree planting exercise at the Botanical Gardens. Larissa Kid tells us more in this report.
Cocktail reception, President Tsai expressed thanks to the government and people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines for the warm welcome she received. President Tsai also lauded the government for working closely with Taiwan on several projects which have aided SVG's development.
I also witnessed developments in many of our bilateral technical cooperation projects, which have brought shared achievements in infrastructure, ICT, agriculture, education, and healthcare. Prime Minister, I want to thank you for trusting Taiwan to take part in these important projects. We are also honored to help create a brighter future for young Vincentians.
President Tsai said she is also grateful to SVG for making representation on behalf of Taiwan internationally. Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves referred to President Tsai as a strong woman in politics, of whom he is proud, and said that the 38 years relation between SVG and Taiwan stands even stronger today.
This extraordinary woman who is in our midst as leader of the Republic of China, Taiwan, Tsai Ing-wen. And I also raise this glass for the further strengthening of the excellent relations which exist between St. Vincent and the Grenadines and the Republic of China, Taiwan. May we go from strength to strength, and in all our endeavors, we remember each other.
The cocktail reception was well attended. The gathering was entertained by local artists and the Taiwan's Formosa Circus Art Group. President Tsai and Prime Minister Gonsalves exchanged gifts with the SVG's portrait being presented to the Taiwan's president. Meanwhile, earlier in the afternoon, just after a special sitting of Parliament, President Tsai visited the Botanical Gardens for a tree planting exercise. There, she was greeted by Minister of Culture Cecil Says-Maki. At the gardens also, the Taiwan president was treated to performances by Maypole dancers, Punta, and the Sion Hill Forum Steel Orchestra, following which she was given a tour of exhibits on display in the curator's house. President Tsai's next stop was at the National Library, where an exhibition was mounted under the theme Taiwan Week Achievement Exhibition of Technical Cooperation between St. Vincent and the Grenadines and the Republic of China, Taiwan.
I must say, before the Taiwanese watermelon production was very small, but since the introduction of the project, then many more people eat watermelon on a daily basis.
Immediately after, at the library, President Tsai handed over several vehicles to Commissioner of Police Colin John. Her next stop was at the Victoria Park to view the performance of the Formosa Circus Art Group. President Tsai left for St. Lucia this morning, her last stop on her tour of Taiwan's 4 Caribbean allies. Reporting for SVG-TV News, Larissa Kid.
Meanwhile, 16 more Vincentians were presented with scholarship awards to study in Taiwan at last evening's cocktail reception. The scholarships take effect from August 1st, and the students will be placed at various universities in Taiwan to pursue bachelor degrees and master's programs. President Tsai Ing-wen congratulated the recipients of the scholarship award and wished them all the best, noting that some will be away from home for as much as 5 years.
To help create a brighter future for young Vincentians. We have experienced some of the most talented ones just now. Many students here today will be receiving scholarships to study in Taiwan. I want to be the first to welcome you to Taiwan and wish you all the best in your studies.
Our news team caught up with some of the scholarship recipients who thanked the government of Taiwan for the opportunity to pursue higher learning.
My name is Rachel McDowell and I'll be pursuing studies in human resource and marketing. I feel very good and excited about it. First of all, I'm excited because I'm going to learn a new culture, and also marketing and human resource is a thing that I love. I have a passion for it. I'll be going to Taiwan for 5 years. I'll be studying accounts and IT. So I'm very happy for the opportunity that was extended to me. I anticipate the experience that I'm going to have, and I look forward to all, everything that there is to Taiwan.
My name is Simo, and I was awarded a Mofa scholarship, and I will be studying at the National Taiwan Normal University, and I am very elated and I'm very excited to be going to Taiwan to further my studies for the next 5 years. And I just want to thank the government and the citizens of the Grenadines and also of the Republic of China and Taiwan for giving me the opportunity to get this scholarship.
My name is Cerilia Aberdeen, and I have been awarded the Mofa Taiwan Scholarship. I'm going to be doing a course in material science and engineering. It's a chemistry course. My course is going to last 2 years, but I need to do the Taiwanese Mandarin language for 1 year.
Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves and newly appointed SVG's ambassador to Taiwan, Andrea Bowman, are expected to travel to Taiwan on August 3rd to open SVG's first embassy in Taipei. In other news, some 400 secondary school principals from throughout the English-speaking Caribbean will come together here for the 27th biannual conference and general meeting of their umbrella organization, the Caribbean Association of Principals of Secondary Schools. The convention spans 8 days but begins in earnest on Monday, July 22nd at 9 a.m. with a welcome ceremony at the Villa campus of the Community College under the theme Technology-Infused Education in the 21st Century Caribbean. The keynote address will be delivered by Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves on the first day of the conference. The conference has engaged several regional bodies, including the Caribbean Examinations Council, the University of the West Indies, and the OECS Secretariat. There will be a number of breakout sessions covering a range of topics related to the applications of ICT tools at varying levels of the education system. The biannual general meeting of the CAPPS will be convened on the final day of the conference. St. Vincent and the Grenadines last hosted the conference 19 years ago in July 1990. Over the years, this country has benefited from the generosity of Vincentians living abroad, and the United Vinci Cultural Group is one organization that continues to do its part to assist persons in need here at home. The Vinci Cultural Group was formed in 2003 and consists mostly of persons who are based in New York. Every 2 years, the group conducts a mission to SVG to hand over medical supplies and engage in other charitable work. The group's representative, Judy Maury, said this year they have a packed schedule, with one of their key activities being a health fair to sensitize the public on health-related issues.
For St. Vincent and the Grenadines is that we are going to have a health fair at OT Car Park, that is in Lower Kingstown. We would be there doing a health fair with the retiring nurses from St. Vincent and the Grenadines. So we are asking everyone to come out and get their blood pressure taken, get their sugar check. We are going to have different stations that you can go to and do something concerning your medical health. Out to the health fair, you know, we would like you to come out to the health fair.
Medical supplies are always in need, and Murray said the group is doing its part to provide supplies to the various clinics and health centers across SVG.
Supplies that we would be giving over to the clinics. What we would do, we would get in touch with the different clinics and ask them what are their needs, and they would send a list to us labeling the stuff that they would need, and we then would see how much we can, you know, attend to that need and send stuff to them. But we have like walkers, We have wheelchairs, we have commode, we have blood pressure machines, we have diabetes machines, we have different supplies that is of their need in the clinic. We have hospital beds, but we will give those hospital beds to the hospital.
The United Vinci Cultural Group representatives said they will also be engaged in a clothing drive in several communities.
In 2 different churches. On Monday, we are going to be doing handover of supplies to Bel Air and Camden Park clinics. On Tuesday, we will be doing a handover to the Lois Ponnet home. On Wednesday, we would be doing a handover at Chateau Bel Air, and also we will be doing a clothing drive. On Thursday, we will be going to Mesopotamia to do a clothing drive. And on Monday, the 29th, we will be going to Calico to do a clothing drive. So basically it's the month of July we would be doing these stuff. Monday the 22nd, Tuesday the 23rd, and Wednesday the 24th. And the 25th would be in Mespo. So we're asking everyone in the neighborhood to come out, because the clothes drive, we have a lot of clothes that you will be able to get, a lot of stuff that you'll be able to get for the families.
In more local news now, we hear that a number of activities will be held this year in commemoration of Emancipation Day on August 1st, which will include the launch of a Sports Against Crime initiative at the Chateau National Park. In an interview with SVG-TV News, Minister of Tourism, Sports and Culture, Cecil Sesmaki, said as part of the Sport Against Crime launch, a walk from Georgetown to Rabuka will be held, followed by a game of cricket by parliamentarians.
We've invited the parliamentarians. We'll have a game during the course of the afternoon between parliamentarians, and that's something that I'm sure the public will look forward to, and of course the parliamentarians as well, and culminated in a variety of speeches during the course of the afternoon, and that will be followed by cultural performances, punctuated and followed by cultural performances.
Minister Mackey said just like the Pan Against Crime program, the Sport Against Crime initiative is expected to engage persons, particularly the youth, in sporting and other meaningful activities. Minister Mackey said Emancipation Day is a suitable occasion to launch the new program.
That is cricket, netball, football and street tennis. Those will be played out there at Rabuka Park. Have speeches that would focus on the Sport Against Crime initiative, also the Renewal at 40 initiative, and also the main speech by the Honorable Prime Minister, which would encapsulate all of that, but also would focus on the whole question of emancipation.
The Cultural Minister said Gary Funas from the diaspora will also be part of the Emancipation Day celebrations.
So we would host just over 30 of them during that week. From I think they're coming on the 27th, I think, for 1 week until the 7th of August, July to August. So they would be here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, so they would also be part of that event at the Rabuka National Park, and we will have a series of events across St. Vincent and the Grenadines, because they will be bringing some expertise with them. So we'd have workshops in the leeward side of the country, in Central, Kingston, in Greg's, as well as in the windward side of the country.
Meanwhile, SVG's Renewal at 40 program will be launched this Saturday at the Villa campus of the SVG Community College from 6 p.m. The program will be launched under the theme "With Strength, Honor and Dignity, we stand resolute at 40 and beyond." A news release from the Office of the Prime Minister states that the launch will feature short speeches intended to provide Vincentians with an overview of the Renewal at 40 initiative, as well as inform the general public public about the activities that will form part of this program throughout the rest of the year. The feature address at the launching event will be delivered by Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves. Saturday's event will also feature live entertainment that will promote the theme of renewal with performances from local and international Vincentian recording artists with a special appearance by the internationally acclaimed band the Melwezi Brothers. A mini exhibition will be staged here tomorrow in celebration of World Youth Skills Day. It will be hosted by the National Qualifications Department in the Ministry of Education and the Sector Skills Development Agency. The exhibition has been designed under the 2019 World Youth Skills Day theme, Learning to Learn for Life and Work, and will raise awareness about the importance of youth skills development. Persons between the ages of 17 and 45 years desirous of acquiring a skill are encouraged to attend the showcase to learn more about opportunities, application forms, and displays for a number of skills programs will be available. The exhibition will take place at the car park alongside the Postal Corporation building. Monday, July 15 was observed as World Youth Skills Day 2019. However, the international community continues to emphasize the importance of the day well beyond the date. Marriage is an important part of life, and one playwright is using the theater arts to highlight this. Playwright Alan Charles will next month present his play Love, Sax and All That Jazz 2 to the Vincentian public during 2 nights of showcase at the Peace Memorial Hall on Saturday, August 3rd and Sunday, August 4th. The play, produced by Axe Promotions and directed by Kevin Rodriguez, will feature a diverse cast of local actors and actresses. In an interview with SVG-TV News, playwright Alan Charles said part 2 of the play gives a man's perspective on relationship and marriage.
Play is part 2 of a 2-series play. The first one was based upon, from a female perspective, talking about singleness, man shortage, why the good girl fall for bad boys. And so after we did that play, the men then felt that they didn't get a fair highlight on them, so we decided to do part 2, the man's them. And so this one now we're dealing with what men want, why do men cheat, what defines a man, and so we're giving the take from a male perspective so women can understand how we think and how we operate and how we navigate ourselves when it comes to love and marriage. The play has a gospel foundation, and it's dealing with issues that sometimes the church don't want to talk about or don't want to address. You know what I mean? Sometimes in the church we can pretend that these stuff don't go on, like everything is all wonderful, but we know that there are issues when it comes to our marriages, there are issues when it comes to singleness, and so the play highlights some of those issues and offers solutions of how you can have better relationships when it comes to love and all that jazz.
Charles said the play has 3 main male characters, a player, a married man, and a 40-year-old virgin, and highlighted the challenges 2 of these characters face.
We have 3 main characters. We have one, Phil, who is your typical player, love woman, and uses the Bible to kind of like justify his nasty ways now. You know what I mean? So misquoting scriptures to justify his lifestyle. We have Brian, who is a nice, decent Christian young man, but he's struggling with some of the issues that he's having in his marriage, you know, and so there are outside forces that's creating, atmosphere and temptation, and so his issue is, do I stay and work my marriage out? Because obviously marriage is hard, right? Do I sit and communicate and get over the hurdles, or do I take the easy way out and accept some assistance outside, rather than manning up and knowing that when you marry, it's for better or for worse, and so we're going to work this thing out without being influenced or without being sidetracked by outsiders.